It's Rob Weinberg, and on this channel, we empower people to take control of their futures using expert mortgage, financial, as well as real estate strategies. If it's your first time watching us here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell as well so you get notified on the new content we're putting out every single week. In today's whiteboard lesson, what we're going to talk about is why are so many people moving to Connecticut? What is behind this big migration and this uptick in demand in the Connecticut market? So let's start out by discussing trends. Who's moving here and why are they moving here? And I feel that I'm someone who's qualified to discuss this because my reputation online is that when people are moving to Connecticut and they look up a mortgage lender locally here in the state, normally I come up in the first couple because of my reviews and recommendations online, Google, Facebook, Yelp, etc. So I have a lot of people that reach out that tell me they're getting ready to move to Connecticut. And what I'm finding is that most of the people that are moving here from out of state, they're coming from higher cost states or similar cost to what we have here in Connecticut. The reason that they're coming to Connecticut is because we have a high quality of life here. We have good school systems in many areas. There's a lot of natural beauty. We also have a very close proximity to major cities such as Boston and New York City. So it makes it really advantageous for people to move here from other areas, other states, especially with similar or higher cost. The next thing we'll talk about is popular areas in Connecticut. Where are people moving? You know, Connecticut's a small state, but if you're someone who already lives here, you know there's a huge difference from the east part of Connecticut versus the western part of the state. So the popular areas that I'm seeing people move to, number one would be the Stamford-Norwalk Metropolitan District, or MSA. That's the area in southern Fairfield County, very close to Manhattan and New York City. So we have a lot of people moving into that area because of the proximity to the city. Many of them are hybrid workers. They're working mostly from home and they go into the city to their employer occasionally. So that's a really popular area for that. Another area that you wouldn't think would be so popular is the New Haven metropolitan area. So New Haven, the reason that a lot of people are moving there is because it's got a good proximity, still in relatively good location to be able to commute into New York. Also, it's relatively low cost. You know, in Connecticut, we have areas that are high cost as well as lower cost. And New Haven is definitely more towards that lower cost area. So people see the type of homes that you can buy, the square footage that you can get for the cost. And even now with the recent run up in prices, it's still a lot more attractive to live in New Haven, Connecticut and the prices there versus a lot of other areas they may be moving from or looking at. The last area that I want to discuss that a lot of people are moving to in Connecticut is Litchfield County and the Litchfield Hills. The reason why this area is so attractive is because you have relatively low mill rates, low tax rates. There's not a lot of amenities that are given by a lot of the towns in Litchfield County, so that makes that tax rate a lot lower. That's becoming really attractive for remote workers. I have a family that just moved to the Litchfield Hills from New Jersey, and the reason they did that is because they work 100% remote. They wanted a low tax rate and a lot of land for the money. They were able to get that in that Litchfield area. So those are the most popular areas. Now, we couldn't talk about why people are moving to Connecticut without talking about the cost of living. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, one of the big things is that people are moving to Connecticut from areas that are the same or higher cost. So I've got families coming here now that are from Denver, Colorado, which is a high cost area. I have families coming from San Francisco, very, very high cost area. They're not coming for the most part from Florida or the South, which are the lower cost states, lower tax states. They're coming from areas that, again, are similar or higher. So that's what we're seeing. Another thing is that if you are considering Connecticut as an option and you're from a low-cost area, once you start looking at how much taxes are, how much the different homes can be, how much groceries and all the different things are here, it can become a little bit off-putting and maybe make you switch your opportunity from looking at Connecticut to maybe looking at another lower-cost state. So it's not very attractive to those coming from the lower-cost areas. What role does real estate play when people are moving to Connecticut? So real estate has a significant role. What I'm seeing is that many people that are moving here, they couldn't afford to buy where they're coming from. They're renting right now in California or in Colorado because the prices went up so much. But now they have enough money to buy a relatively moderate price home in Connecticut, whereas they couldn't get anything somewhere else. So that's a driving motivation as to why they're moving here. And it plays a significant role because here, because of the climate and whatnot, people want more space. They want the ability to actually take advantage of the outdoor beauty that we have here and that sort of thing. So real estate's definitely a big part of that for sure. Now, a mortgage advisor can help you figure out your affordability levels, what areas you should be looking at, and get you the best loan program. They can also make that introduction to other professionals like real estate agents, etc. So keep that in mind. Common misconceptions when people are moving here. So really the main misconceptions that I see are that people think that Connecticut's a super wealthy state, and the only people that can live here are super wealthy individuals. I have many clients that live here comfortably on less than a six-figure salary. It's just a matter of your total household income and keeping those expenses in check. Make sure you don't go over your budget, or you're going to have a very, very tight money situation on a monthly basis. Another misconception is that Connecticut is all high cost, all expensive areas. That's not true. There's several very, very low cost areas. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some motivation and knowledge about why people are moving here. I recommend working with experienced professionals. Reach out to me if I can be of assistance to you at 860-413-3938. Hope that helps, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.